I'm Perry Red. This is Socially Speaking. I just want to take a minute to share with you our commentary from the other side of the tracks. Well, I'm really hoping that you are doing the right thing for the right reasons. Yes, it is time for us to do smart things, to do what makes sense, to exercise common sense, and unmask the idiots. You see, it's an idiotic proposition to me that people in this country would do that thing that would decrease their quality of life, that they would stand strong, that they would stand up, that they will exercise their constitutional rights to kill other people. Oh, sounds like the death penalty, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is, a death penalty. Listen, for anyone who's experienced the small jewels of life, anyone who has had some pleasurable moments in life has a reason to value life. If you've had children, then chances are you value life in some way, shape, or form. But we, in a representative democracy, have elected people who don't value your life. They value their own. They value the things that bring them joy, like money, profit, but they're not valuing the humanity of others. And I'm talking about primarily your so-called President Donald Trump.
What would people gain from wearing a mask, and why are you opposed to wearing one yourself?
Well, I just don't want to wear one myself. It's a recommendation. They recommend it. I'm feeling good. I just don't want to be doing, I don't know, somehow sitting in the Oval Office behind that beautiful Resolute desk, the great Resolute desk. I think wearing a face mask as I greet presidents, prime ministers, dictators, kings, queens, I don't know, somehow. I couldn't hear you. Can you take it off because I cannot hear you?
I'll just speak louder, sir.
Oh, okay, good. You want to be politically correct. Go ahead.
Your so-called President Donald Trump, who is leading a band of idiots. And when one idiot leads a gaggle of idiots.
I think it's a political hoax, and I am against the masks.
Police arresting this Louisiana man accused of backing his car into an officer after refusing to wear a mask in a Walmart. A fierce debate in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the city passing a mandatory mask ordinance.
My rights are civil rights.
It's just like a virus. It's infectious. So here we are having a debate over masks. Here's what I say. Socially speaking, do the thing that's easy to do. Wear a mask. It doesn't take a lot. It's not offensive to others. Yes, some people are offended. Some people claim that their constitutional rights are being violated.
Arizona is one of 7 states that set daily death toll records over the past week.
That's an insanity. For those who have been elected to serve us in this country, hey, I'm an elected official as a matter of fact. We should be, some of us aren't, maybe your so-called president is not attuned to what's written in the Constitution. That agreement between the citizens and the government. And the preamble to the Constitution says we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, which implies it wasn't perfect before, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, provide for the common defense. We are at war against a virus that's killing people. People are dying. There's so many people are dying in Texas, Florida, that they have to bring in refrigerated trucks because the morgues are at capacity.
Refrigerated containers have turned into makeshift morgues. Across the United States, more than 1,200 people died this weekend alone. And while the daily death toll has been on the rise, it's still lower than the numbers from April.
Hospitals across the country will begin turning people away. I mean, look at these numbers. That's ridiculous. And what's more ridiculous is there are people who are settling for the death tolls. They're setting records every day.
Acknowledge the fact that the numbers are continuing to rise. We have to recognize the fact that not everybody is going to put on this mask. Okay, let's just be real.
It's easy to do. Mask up. Look, I'm writing a new song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. No, I'm not going to sing right now. But I'm writing a new song on my album, Had You Read the News? And had you read the news, you'd already know that there are idiots out there, like Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, who is still telling people not to wear masks or not mandating it. Listen, when people are irresponsible, the government steps in. That's what laws are about. Folks don't stop at stop signs. Guess what? There's a stop sign there, and that's a law. There's a reason for it. It's because people are dying. This is where you promote the general welfare. That's what your so-called president's not doing. He's not promoting the general welfare. He's still attacking folks, attacking the medical experts or the medical professionals who are putting in time, effort, and their experience and expertise to help us understand what the consequences of this virus is.
I think the time has come that we really do need to take a look at what's going on and see if we can intensify the things we do to prevent the resurgences that we're seeing.
Listen, right here in Washington, D.C., there have been hundreds of people who've died. And nationwide, it could have been avoided. Something as simple as wearing a mask.
I know still people do not want to wear masks and don't want to keep social distancing. It is very important. Take this thing seriously.
It's just not the most invasive thing you can do to yourself, and for other people.
Since when do we have a constitutional right to put other people's lives in danger? We can't smoke in public places.
Oh man, I'm so tired of hearing the stories of people who have these just tragic stories about their loved ones.
Hi, honey. You don't recognize me with all this junk on my face, but it is Sam. I love you, sweetheart. I love you so much.
Were passing away and they can't even touch them because of the contagious nature of this virus. It's an insanity that you don't get it. It's pretty much an profanity that you don't get it. Listen, 115 years ago there was a case called Jacobson where in the Supreme Court it said that government has police powers to protect the welfare of its citizens, of its people. This is nothing new. It could be done. But your so-called president has politics, money, and selfishness on his mind. He's showing it every day. People who are trying to educate us about this virus, he's trying to shut them up.
But the president recently made it clear he's not happy with Dr. Fauci's warnings that the pandemic is far from over.
I don't think you can say we're doing great. I mean, we're just not.
Dr. Fauci's a nice man, but he's made a lot of mistakes.
After the president said that, the White House gave reporters a list of quotes from Dr. Fauci from the past several months that the White House said turned out to be wrong. What? It was an extraordinary move, going negative on one of the president's own advisors as if he were a political opponent.
And making a concerted effort at doing it, or at least sending his henchmen to do it. All the while, people in this country are trying to decide on whether they're going to listen to the doctor or the dictator.